A very good morning, my dear students. I hope you all are safe and secure at home. Stay home, stay safe. Welcome back to Social Studies online class. Geography, third lesson, Production and Employment. Third lesson, Production and Employment. Production and Employment. Children, in the present pandemic situation, you have been hearing in the news that the country's GDP is decreasing due to the lockdown. Understand, the country GDP is decreasing due to the lockdown. So in this lesson we will learn what is GDP and how it is related to a country. Now, in the previous classes, 8th and 9th, we discussed how people are engaged in different activities to earn their livelihoods. All activities have give an income. In return are called economic activities. Economic activities. For example, people going for work in a bank, schools and factories. So these economic activities are broadly categorized three. First one, primary. Primary are agriculture sector. Primary or agriculture sector. And second one, secondary or industrial sector. Industrial sector. And third one, territory or service sector. Economic activities are broadly categorized three: primary or agriculture sector, secondary or industrial sector, and tertiary or service sectors. So first, agriculture, primary or agriculture sector. Nature has dominant role in the production process. Nature is the dominant role in the production process. Means agriculture and related activities such as fishing, mining and forestry. So agriculture and related activities such as fishing, mining, forestry, these all are belongs to agriculture sector. Understand children? Next, secondary or industrial sector. Industry or secondary sector. So manufacturing process and other industries goods are produced by the people using tools and machines. For example, transformation of sugarcane to sugar. So, industrial sector or secondary sector, manufacturing process and other industries goods are produced by the people using tools and machines. For example, transformation of sugarcane into sugar. Next, service sector. Next one, service, territory or service sector. So service sector help in the development of primary sector plus secondary sector. So service sector helps in the development of primary sector and secondary sectors. For example, teacher, doctor, or banking, telegraph, telephone, etc. Understand, children? So primary sector, industrial sector and service sector. Service sector help in the development of primary sector and secondary sector. For example, teacher, lawyer, doctor, banking, telegraph, telephone, etc. So what is meant by service sector? This is one mark important question. What is meant by service sector? The service sector which involves activities that don't directly produce a good but provide services. Understand? Directly the service sector did not produce directly any good but provide services that are required in the production and other services for people is known as service sector. Children, classify the following list of occupations under agriculture or industry or service sector. First one, tailor. Tailor belongs to which sector? Tailor belongs to service sector. Why? Because he provides service by stitching cloths. That's why tailor belongs to service sector. Next, basket weaver. Basket weaver belongs to which sector? Basket weaver belongs to industry. Why? Because small cottage industries. He runs small cottage industries. Next, money lender. Money lender belongs to which sector? Service sector. Why? Because money lender lends money for needy people by charging interest rate. So he gives service. So that's why money lender belongs to service sector. Next, potter. Potter belongs to agriculture sector. Potter belongs to agriculture sector because he makes different pots using his skill on the potter's wheel primary occupations. But potter is using potter wheel. But he belongs to agriculture sector. Why? Because here nature has dominant role in the production process. Understand? Potter, nature has dominant in the production process. That's why potter belongs to agriculture sector. Next, milk vendor. Milk vendor belongs to service sector. Why? Because he distributes milk door to door after collecting from milk farmers. That's why milk vendor belongs to service sector. Children, look at the table. Here table shows the percentage of workers employed in different sectors in India in 1972 to 73 and in 2015 to 16. Here agriculture sector workers employed in 1972 to 73 74%, in industrial sector 11% and service sector 15%. Next, The percentage of workers employed in 2015 to 16, agriculture sector 47%, industrial sector 22%, and service sector 31%. Children, here two question and answers are there. Once observed, what are the major changes that you observed from the above table? That is, the major changes like percentage of workers employed decreased in agriculture sector. Yes, children, here 1972 to 73, 2015 to 16, agriculture sector is decreased. Yes, and increased both industry and service sectors. Next, from what you have read before, discuss what could be some of the reasons for these changes. So the important reason like change in farming methods. Earliest time farmers are using earliest methods, but nowadays farmers are using technology, tractors, next harvester, thresher. So the important reason like change in farming method, setting up a new industries and factories, mass production of goods by factories at lower rates than agriculture goods, high payment for workers in other sectors compared to agriculture led to employment shift from agriculture sector to service and manufacturing sectors. Next topic, GDP. GDP means gross domestic product. GDP means gross domestic product. How do we estimate GDP? How do we estimate GDP? How do we estimate gross domestic product? For example, now take a farmer. Who sells his paddy of 100 kgs at cost of rupees 25. So what is the income of the farmer? He get 2,500 rupees. Understand? Farmer who sells his paddy of 100 kgs at cost of rupees 25. So what is the income of the farmer? He get 2,500 rupees. So next, the miller who bought it and will again restructure the paddy. The miller who bought it will again restructure the paddy, will change its shape and will purify it and get 80 kgs of rice and 20 kgs of husk. Understand, children? The miller bought the paddy, will again restructure that paddy, will change it, shape it and will purify it and get 80 kgs of rice plus 20 kgs of husk. Husk means పొట్టు, తౌడు అంటారు చూడండి, అది husk. That is husk. Next, which he then exported or like sells for a hotel owner. Hotel owner for 3,600 rupees. Next, here the hotel owner again takes the rice and the husk. He heat the husk has for heating and the rice for making idli and dosha. idli and dosa. So idli and dosa. He makes a final output is 5,000 rupees. Here we have seen two kinds of products. One is intermediate product. One is intermediate product. Another one is final product. Understand, children? Here first the farmer who sells paddy 100 kgs cost of rupees 25. That is 2,500. He get 2,500. Next, mill owner bought the paddy and purify it, change it, and he get 80 kgs of rice and 20 kgs of husk. Total 3,600 rupees. Then here the hotel owner again takes the rice and husk for making idli and dosa. So he get final 5,000 rupees. So here we have seen two kinds of products. First one, intermediate product. Next one, final good. Intermediate good or final. Next, second one, final good. So here the paddy is basic product which got transformed into other structure and gave an other final product which is final good. Understand, children? What is intermediate good? Here intermediate good means intermediate goods are those goods and services which are used for producing final good. Which are used for producing final good. For example, rice, paddy, rice, husk. These are intermediate goods. Understand? What is final good? What is final good? The goods which are not used in further producing process. Understand, children? This is 1 mark important question. What are called final goods? Final goods means which are not used in further in producing other goods, which are to be sold as called final good. For example, idli and dosa is final good. Understand, children? Next, now coming to here, we have seen this series of things. There, how is the GDP calculated? How is GDP calculated here? Suppose if you calculated paddy income, rice income, then again dosa or idli income, about the three people got at different levels. Then you are adding it number of time, like 2 times, 3 times. You are adding it. So we should not add like that for getting a GDP. Understand? So GDP is nothing but the final output what you are getting into getting in your hand right now. That is 5,000 rupees. This is final GDP. In the 5,000 rupees, you are covering the cost of paddy and rice and making everything idli and dosa here. So everything and getting final output here. So this is only takes GDP. What is mean by GDP? GDP means gross domestic product of a country. GDP means gross domestic product. The value of final goods, the value of final goods and services, the value of final goods and services in each sector. Each sector means each sector plus three sectors. Three sectors: industrial sector, agriculture sector and service sector. So the value of final goods and services produced in each sector during a particular year provides the total production of the sector for that year. So that is called GDP. So it is the value of final goods and services produced within a country during particular year. This is financial year. What is the financial year? Financial year means the period between, financial year means the period between April to March. The period between April to March of a year is called financial year. Understand, children? What is mean by GDP? GDP means gross domestic product. It is the value of all final goods and services produced in a country within three sectors during a particular year. This is called GDP. Okay, children. Hope you all understood the topic, sectors of economy and how do we estimate gross domestic product. Thank you.